Yeah. That's one way of testing it, I guess. I'm going to move in my chair as well.
Sleepy.
Perfect, let's start.
Okay.
Should we just leave that in?
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm going to keep this recording going. We're not starting a new one.
You need to redo it.
No.
Yes. Otherwise, you're going to get like 30 seconds of weirdness before it starts.
Well, it just clues them into what to expect.
Okay. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Moncast.
It says Stevie first.
I know. I'm going to say it because why not?
Fine. I'll carry on then. A podcast where we watch Pokemon and Digimon in tandem and discuss the similarities and differences that they share.
My name is Stevie.
My name is Sam.
So,
No, it's not.
we're doing something different this week because this time it's the first time we've actually met in person and we're recording in the same room together. And instead of recording an episode and editing it and uploading it and everything, we're just going to record it because it will be fun. Because we thought we'd do something fun because these episodes are episodes.
Definitely episodes.
Or there better be episodes, otherwise I just watched some sort of fever dream. Okay, so the score currently stands. Yeah, I hope you're ready for a lot of ums and sneezing and coughing and mouth noises.
Did you know that coughing backwards is Gnifok?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did. Okay, so the score currently stands at 18-18 to either of them, any of them, neither of them, all of them. And this time we're watching episode 37, Wizardmon's Gift and Pikachu's Goodbye.
Cut music number 1.
Which is what you never normally hear because that's what we do because we're so professional.
You've probably heard it in bloopers before.
Yeah, in bloopers. I'm sure it's been in bloopers.
Anyway, are we going to try and sing the music?
I'm not singing the theme tune.
Put it
on my phone. That's enough.
Oh, you're also going to get all the creaks from my chair.
You can stop them though. You can stop them anytime you want.
I can also start them anytime I want.
You've been given an awful power. Oh yeah, also I'm ill and I've been awake for about 20 hours with like 2 hours sleep, so this is going to be a good one.
Yep. So Sam's in his usual condition.
I am slightly broken. I have physical notes as well. Ooh, physical note noises.
Ooh. Mine's on a big screen so that Sam can read them and cheat.
I'm not going to read them if I take my glasses off. I can't actually read anything now. I actually can't read the screen. I can't read the Lemsip that's there. I can't.
But you just said Lemsip.
Yeah, I know a Lemsip packet when I see a Lemsip packet.
But now, can you read your own notes?
Yeah, I can read to about further than my hands can go, but I don't want to go too far. I can't read those.
Okay, good. It's filtered behind your bad eyesight. Okay, are we ready for Admonistration then?
Yes, we are ready for some Admonistration.
Should I try and do the theme song again?
No, it's okay. We've done it.
But it was so good.
Admonistration. Let's get it with it.
Come on, I want to sing though. Admonistration across the nation. This is a theme song. It's not very long.
There we go. We have a theme song now.
It's fun. Theme songs make everything better.
It's what Stevie calls fun.
You've got to have a jingle.
I don't want a jingle. We've got a jingle. It's the start of the show.
Oh, fine.
Okay, right.
I'm going to open up Chrome. And we can start.
I cannot read that.
Well, I can.
Good.
So that's good. First of all, we want to say thank you to With the Will, who sort of basically tweeted out saying tons of Digimon podcasts and Digimon accounts on Twitter to follow and included us in the list.
I think it's Mark from With the Will who does it. I know he's the guy who runs With the Will, but I don't know if he does the Twitter account.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain it was probably him.
Probably. He does most of the stuff, apart from a couple of other people, but he does most of it.
Yeah, so it was just nice to be included in that list. So thanks very much
Yeah,
if you're
thank you.
listening.
Also, I also appreciate what you do with the Will because I want to say that I've been on it for a long time. I haven't. I joined like last year, but I've read most of it for a long time before I got back into the fandom. And then I got back into the fandom slowly, and then I joined it. And yeah, stuff.
Yeah, I don't really use it that much apart from updating the thread with the list of all our episodes on. But it's a good place, and I do go to it sometimes when there's Digi News.
I check like daily for things. Like people make evolutionary lines on there, and I like looking at those. Those are good.
Sounds cool.
I think that's got a lot of pages though. I think they've had like 3 versions of it, and there's like 300 pages in each one.
No,
yeah.
I just go whenever there's Digimon video game news or Digimon Try news. I'm excited for what Digimon World next
But
order.
we can't tell you the news because we're not allowed to do news.
No, we're not. That's what Wizard Will is for.
Because if there was news, like say Digimon Masters Online coming to Steam, I could tell you, but I'm not allowed to because Stevie will yell at me. So
I'm only to be able to edit out the news.
I can't.
I've lost all my power of editing.
Unless you just scream over the top of it.
I'd have to be able to predict when you're going to say things that I don't care
I still
about.
can't read it.
Oh, good. I'm scrolling up now. I'm going to have to give Sam an audio description of everything I do on the screen. But anyway, another thing that happened was I guested on the Digital Moncast for an episode. And, well, I say guested, I was half asleep and very tired and very cold.
Because it was, what, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning?
Yeah, I woke up at like 3 a.m. Might have been 1 a.m. actually, so I didn't get much sleep before it. And I'm not very loud anyway. And they are. So it was certainly a thing. It was episode 27 of the Digital Moncast, if you want to go give that a listen.
Do you want to shut that door?
I forgot that door was open.
Do you want to go shut that door?
I'm going to go shut that door.
I'll do some filler music. Do, 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 do. Because this is filler. Filler stuff. There we go. And we're back.
I'm back.
I never left.
No, we've been here the whole time. I didn't have to just move my chair over to the door to shut it because I'm a professional.
So, yeah, you're on an episode. I haven't heard it yet because I've had to binge Welcome to Night Vale because we're watching Welcome to Night Vale tomorrow night and I was about 50 episodes behind. So that's my last week, just listening to Welcome to Night Vale. So, yeah, go give that a listen. Not Welcome to Night Vale. You can if you want, but also go and listen to episode 27 of the Digital Moncast.
Yeah. It's certainly interesting. It's not something that I don't think it's going to happen very often, let's say. Just because of our friendship/rivalry that we've got going on. And also because I get really tired in the middle of the night.
Also, it's 2 in the morning and you're not built for 2 in the morning.
No.
Me, on the other hand, I am.
I used to be built for 2 in the morning. And then I realised that I wasn't human anymore.
Yeah, I'm not. I've done it for almost a year now. I've been working from 10 at night till 6 in the morning, and it's tiring. This year's just disappeared. I spent most of it sleeping in the day.
Oh.
It's great.
But daylight is so nice.
It is, although it's going away in the winter.
That's also kind of sad.
Seasonal anxiety disorder, that's the thing.
It basically just means I'm British and don't like winter.
I love the winter. I get to wear coats and stuff.
Is being British a disorder?
Probably.
Maybe.
Being British and proud, maybe. Listen to all this wonderful content that you wouldn't hear if we edited it out.
But it's such British content.
Talking about the weather.
Yeah, they're going to love it. But anyway, that's everything of importance on Twitter.
Cool.
So we can move on to With the Will, where we had the longest message ever, which Sam now can't read.
No, I cannot. There's
I think I'll let you put your glasses back on.
2
if you want
paragraphs for that. Oh man, I'll
It's not 2. You might call it 2 if you only count single lines as not separate paragraphs.
Okay, well, we've got one from Vexmith, and they said something that I think Stevie should read, because I'm really bad at reading.
Okay. Should I just read it out word for word?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. They say, I can never seem to quite catch up with you guys and have time to write a post about it. before you put out a new episode. So I'll just write what I can remember from what I thought during the episodes, even though I'm already behind on schedule again. And that's the first thing. Yeah, we do post quite a lot each week, don't we?
Every Tuesday, Saturday for now, except whenever we tell you that we're not going to do it because of things like today.
Yeah.
But the schedule at the moment is Tuesday, Saturday. So
it's definitely, I think, as much as we can do.
It needs to be spaced enough that we can both realistically do the things we need to do and also not kill our social lives. Because I essentially get Friday night, Saturday night to myself. So I have to cram my entire life essentially into Friday, Saturday. So.
But basically, I just didn't want to spend an entire year on Digimon Adventure before we got to new things.
Yeah, because it's a little bit crap. I don't know what to say. It's not bad. I mean, I'm enjoying the episodes we've got to so far. Some of them are okay, but overall...
About half of them are okay.
Overall, it's like the nostalgia filter that I did have is not there because of going back to them when listening to things like Lost in Translation, Mon and Prodigious and stuff. So now that nostalgia isn't there and it's been analysed, so now I'm looking at it with all the baggage or whatever, you know what I mean? Like now knowing what Prodigious and Lost in Translation Mon have said, having that with me whilst watching these episodes, it's made it a lot less nostalgia coated, and now it's more now I can see how it's bad.
Next thing, it was a throwaway line, but you guys kind of wondered what Koshiro would look like making the weirder letters of the alphabet like Q or W. Well, someone drew it at some point. I'm sure you've seen this before, but here it is.
And it's linked to...
It's a link to Koshiro doing all the letters of the alphabet. And some of them do not look very comfortable. Just look at Q.
Q's okay. It's basically a circle, but he's lowered a leg. W looks uncomfortable.
W's the worst. He could not do that unless he was in zero gravity. What else is there? S looks a bit hard to hold.
Yeah, this isn't the best for audio.
Yeah, just
imagine
take
Izzy doing these shapes. It's fantastic. Honestly, they're good shapes. Trust us, the shapes are good.
If we ever do proper show notes, you might get to see things like this, but I don't have the patience to do links to everything. Unfortunately, you only get segments and links
Stuff.
to everything. Next thing, and it's the most important thing that Fexsmith says. What the heck was that creepy kid ad you guys accidentally played? Like, holy... I'm still freaked out on how that happened.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened, but at some point when we were recording, I heard an advert about someone feeling like a washed potato or something, I don't know. But it started off with kids' laughter, and it's an old Andrex. I think it's an Andrex advert.
Yeah, it was an Andrex advert. After I looked up a washed potato. And
yeah, we don't know where it came from. I had no windows open that didn't need to be open, and there was just this advert playing, and it scared me.
For some reason, it just came through as really loud crackling. It's really weird. And will probably never be explained.
No.
But it's a thing that happened.
It's a thing that happened.
It's in the outtakes for things. So you can listen to that and try and work out what the hell happened to Sam's computer.
I think it had a moment.
Had a senior moment, did it?
Then they go on to say that they always have a laugh at us guys comparing Motusmon with an edgy cosplayer. It's great, and it is great because he is this edgy cosplayer. And then they said that they've never laughed harder with you than when one of you, can't tell which one, because the names of the voices, got super mad at the Pokemon episode, and it was the Kangaskhan one, and it was me. I got angry because, me being Sam, I got angry at it because the dad is just this awful human being. So, yeah.
I'm just reading the rest of it.
Yeah, I'm really bad at reading. You can take back over. I thought I'd try and take the wheel and do some reading, but I can't. I failed.
Yeah, so basically you got really angry at the old man, and that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And that was pretty funny. Because that was basically the entire Pokescussion was just you ranting about this man.
He makes himself so free from any blame. It's like, oh, it wasn't my fault. It's your fault this has happened. If you hadn't done this, I'm like, I know there's a word for it as well. There's a word for when someone says, if you didn't do this, I wouldn't have done this. And I don't know what it is, but I don't know.
Someone that passes the blame, but I don't know what the word would be.
I don't know it off the top of my head, and I'm not going to Google it because we are in real time.
It's a blame passer. I've made up a word
That'll
for
do.
it.
He's a blame passer.
Yeah. They're the worst people, apparently. Next thing that they say is they also wrote down that Dario's plan ended with step 3, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, and then step 4, profit. But at this point they didn't remember who Dario was or what the first 2 steps were. I think Dario was in the Ponyta episode.
Yeah,
so
he's
the
the guy
Pokemon
who
Marathon.
wants to win the race to become part of this clan, and that will somehow make him rich. But I don't know how that will happen.
Someone makes him and Team Rocket rich.
I don't suppose winning a race will get them to have any monetary stake in a business.
No. It's just because he's evil, so he must be greedy.
Yeah. And Ash had to win because he always wins everything all the time.
He's the best at everything. Apart from when Gary Oak's around, and then he's the worst at everything. Next paragraph, they just asked me to remind them what the name of the Steam Games podcast I'm on is. And that's the Year of Steam podcast. And I've not linked in the show notes very much. I've only done it once when I mentioned it the first time. But I'll probably do it again just because I've mentioned it now.
Just do it all the time, every episode. Every single episode, the title will just be a link to it.
Every single
letter in the show notes will be a different link to a different segment of the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically on that podcast I just play Steam games and talk about them. So if that sounds like the sort of thing you want to listen to, you can look it up. So I will link it. Moving back onto the Digi-Pokemonster stuff. The Fexma says, I miss you guys doing You Teach Me and I Teach You, or whatever it was called. I usually called it Sam's special segment.
Yeah.
Because I like alliteration.
Yes, you do, with most of the notes and everything as well.
And I think the reason that went away was just because it took so much time to put together.
Yeah, it was a bit awkward to do. In my response, I did send a message back and I said, I am hoping to bring something like that back in maybe season 2, but not the same and doesn't take as much time. But we'll find some sort of incarnation of it that we'll redo. Because it was nice to show you things and teach you about the older things that maybe you don't know about Digimon. But there's going to be things about Pokemon as well and stuff that it just might be worth mentioning or talking about. So,
yeah, and carrying on in this paragraph, they also say they find it a little silly how we talk about which episodes had the better storyline and then which one we enjoyed the most, as if they're the only things that make them good. So basically, our Mono a Mono isn't as in-depth as it should be.
Yeah. Like I said, that's a hard one to sort out, because if we did the same thing every week by saying things like, go down to my response, I need notes. I said that it's been like a tricky segment to flesh out, because similarities are something that's easier to discuss, but differences are kind of rather vague, because anything that isn't a similarity is a difference. And it'd be a bit hard to not be repeating ourselves all the time for things like animation or character development. And hopefully that will be something we'll be talking about at the end of the season. So when we get to like the recap episode, we'll have questions like, who do you think developed the most? Who do you think developed the least? Which had the best animation overall? Which bits had the best segments? Etc, etc, etc. But we'll get there when we get there.
Scrolling back up. Yeah, Mono a Mono is just... We've kind of stuck with the initial formula and said that we'll try and improve it and not done it yet. So that's something that we're definitely going to have to work on.
We've done bits of it, like we've got a theme bit in it now, which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't work. And tried to think of things a bit
try
more.
and implement a theme, but
I try. I've got a theme for this time and I haven't written it down.
Is the theme just sadness?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I think really we need to update the cheat sheets that we use with
Because we use
a couple more questions.
Because they make it so much easier to have a structure.
Yeah, we call them cheat sheets. They're really just a list of things that we need to take notes on. But they do make it easier.
I feel like we can't really change too much during a season because we have changed a fair bit from episode 1. If you listen to episode 1, which still terrifies me because it was weird and awkward and noisy, and listen to the newest episode, there are changes there, but there are some that we're going to look at and change before season 2. So things like Mono a Mono will be slightly different, and there will be more segments and more questions that are asked. And there might be newer segments, there might be less segments, there might be different segments, which is the same as new segments. I don't know, but it'll be things we talk about and sort out when the time comes.
Yeah, we'll probably ask for more feedback on which segments you like most and things, so we know what you'd like changing when we move on to Adventure 02 and whichever one's in the Johto region, I think it is. Probably Johto Journeys.
It'll be that one.
Okay, and last paragraph technically. Finally, if I'm the only one that says it, it might just be my device, but I find that the intro/outro music you guys play is way louder than your voices, and that your voices are a bit too soft. They turn up the volume to max, hold the phone close to their ears so they can hear us, and then they have to cover it when it gets really loud. So basically our audio volume balancing was a bit all over the place.
Yeah. And we have hopefully, fingers crossed, sorted this out using the magic of Normalize on Audacity, which I learnt literally the day or the day before I wrote that message back.
Yeah. So would episode 36 be the first one where you fixed it?
Yeah, I think so. I think I did it on that. I should have done it on that. If I haven't, then I've failed miserably. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say I'm 60% sure that I have.
If it's a problem with every episode that we've done so far, then I might have to one afternoon go through everything and normalize it and just replace the file. But
yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I've still got to go and do the backlog of all the music.
I have a feeling that's not going to happen.
It's going to happen. I'm trying to get it all done in about 2 days. I've looked at all my files that says date modified, so I know which songs I've got. I know that I've used, but I don't know the order, so I'm going to try and get all that sorted as soon as possible because people might want to know.
Yeah, and then that'll be put into the show notes of every episode so far, I guess.
Yeah, but that'll take a couple hours as we go along.
Yeah, it's going to take you a while. I know it took me a while to do the thumbnails when we started doing those, because I think we were like 15 episodes in at that point, roughly. Maybe a bit further, and then I just decided thumbnails might be nice.
They are good. They're pretty.
Yeah, just add in a bit of variety instead of just our logo every time. Makes it a bit more eye-catching.
And also, you do find good shots to stick together. Most of the time, they're looking at someone or looking away from something the other one's doing. They're good.
Yeah, I usually just get the shots from Google Images because that's the easiest place to find them.
Having a sip of water.
Okay, and final thing from Fecksmith. P.S. Wolfmen are pretty darn great, but I might be biased.
If you go to my response, at the bottom of my response, I put a little list of all the Wolfmen or Wolf people that I think are great. And we've got Bigby from The Wolf Among Us, Wolf Link from Twilight Princess, the Ritual Monster card Lycanthrope from Yu-Gi-Oh!, the Wanton Dog Soldiers, the one Russell Tovey plays in Being Human, the UK version, Remus Lupin, and there's a board game called Ultimate Werewolf. And those were off the top of my head 8 wolf things that I thought were cool. So, yeah, there we go.
Okay, so you're not against all Wolfmen.
Not against all Wolfmen.
There are some that you like.
There are some, and then there are some that I don't care for.
Do you still think that they whine a bit too much? In comparison to women that don't whine about their periods at all.
Where's this come from?
It's come from you said this before.
Did I?
I'm pretty certain you said something like, oh, it's only once a month.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
compared it to women having periods.
Oh, yeah. Saying about how women seem to cope with essentially a werewolf situation and they seem to be fine with it.
If anything, it's worse because it's usually 5 days of every month.
True. So what we're saying is women or people who have periods are stronger than werewolves.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
They have to endure more.
Yes.
Or at least for a longer length of time.
Also, werewolves don't really remember being werewolves sometimes. So...
I wonder if women always remember their periods.
Next topic.
That's actually all the administration I think we've got.
Good.
Because that was just a really long message on With the Will, which is great to receive, but it just takes ages. And normally it wouldn't be this long.
No, normally all of this would become about 5 minutes, but it's been about 25, so...
We actually stayed pretty on topic, I think.
I know, this is amazing. Normally me, I go off on massive tangents about stuff, and then have to get dragged back into the conversation.
Was that a tangent?
It was a slight tangent.
Slight tangent.
I've got a knot of beard hair. Sorry, I've been picking at it.
It's fine. It's not like they can see you doing it.
It's like...
You could have just not mentioned that you were
doing it. I know,
doing
but if they can hear the slight sound of my beard hairs rustling, it's because I've got like 2 or 3 that have knotted together.
Okay. I'm going to do the administration outro thing that I sometimes remember to do and sometimes don't. So you can listen to more of us on SoundCloud, iTunes or Stitcher and be like getting reviews and comments over there. And you can also message us via Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and With the Will, and also our email. And they'll all be in the show notes whenever I get round to doing that thing.
Yay, cool.
And if you'd like to, you can support me on Patreon. I'd be really grateful because that's awesome. Because, you know, money's great for things.
Because you're a broke student.
Not that broke.
You're a broke student.
Okay, I'm a student with no real reliable source of income that I can live off of. But, yeah, it'd just be great if you'd like to support me. And there are some rewards that I realise I didn't mention last time. But I'm not going to go into extreme detail. You'll have to go and look. Ha ha ha, I'm baiting you into going looking at the page.
Is there going to be a link to your Patreon in the show notes?
Yes, I've already gone in and put that into every episode's show notes.
Okay, cool. I was not aware of this, but okay, that's fine by me.
I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. It's so behind the scenes that even Sam doesn't know that I do it.
I've been very out of the loop the last couple of days.
It's because we've not had to talk at all.
It's been weird.
Did you notice when I made it so that all the show notes showed up properly and everything?
Yes, I did.
I put in a break after every line. And that took, I don't know, half an hour of just copying and pasting one tiny bit of code on the end of every line of show notes.
And this is why you're the better editor and doer of all this than me. I can't be bothered, but it's so much work. It's so much work. This podcast would definitely not be what it is if you weren't doing your stuff.
Yeah. And this is why Sam's planning on paying me money.
Yes.
On Patreon.
I'm essentially employing him to do the stuff I don't want to do.
I don't mind at $15 a month. That's not bad. And all I have to do is give him a Skype call and some Steam details. Oh, this is so dumb. Okay, let's move on to the actual episodes. Let's move on to
episodes and do episodes now.
Cut music number 2.
Do 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 do.
Is that even the right sound? I don't even know.
Yeah, because we're doing Digimon first, so it's the Digivice sound.
Is that actually the Digivice sound?
Yeah, there's a pattern. It'll be the one for the one that we do. So the first one that we do, say it's Pokemon, it'll be the level up sound, and if it's Digimon, it's the Digivice sound, and then it's the other one, each and every one along. And that's how it works.
I'm glad you explained that because I still don't understand it.
That's fine. Depending on what the first thing we cover is, that's the first sound that gets played.
Okay. So you basically match the sounds to the segments.
Sort of. I'm going to say yeah to make it easier.
Okay. The first episode we are watching this time is Wizardmon's Gift.
I don't have a thing for this. a plot summary because I had to watch these on the train and did not write one. I thought it'd be funny if I didn't write one, and I don't really remember what happens. So it's the final bit of this Myotismon bit because the gang are all coming together and Myotismon's plans are coming together, and he's got Kari and got Gatomon, so we need to see what's going to happen. And then stuff happens. Then Wizardmon dies because he has to die, and then that makes Kari have an emotion, and then the cat turns into an angel and then murders the devil. The vampire bat, who is stronger than the devil.
The edgy cosplayer.
Yeah, edgy cosplayer gets killed by an angle. By an angle.
But the fog doesn't go away.
No, it does not.
Dun dun dun.
No.
Okay. So we can talk about it now.
Yeah. So my notes are atrocious. Normally it's full of typos. There are no typos in this, but it's a mess of physical notes.
Well, I'm pretty certain it starts off with the scene where Kari's being taken away by Phantomon.
Yeah, and Demidevmon goes to Myotismon and says that we found the 8th child and stuff, and they're bringing her to them, bringing her to somewhere. They're going somewhere, basically.
They go to the TV station, I think it is.
So apparently that's where the source of all the fog is, which doesn't make sense why a building can be the source of fog.
Well, Myotismon was floating above it when he made the fog. So I guess Myotismon's the source of the fog.
Yeah.
And he just left it there.
They say in the episode that the TV building's the source of the fog, which doesn't actually make sense.
No. But that's a technicality.
There are many in this episode.
There was a really cool transition though where Matt punches the wall in frustration, and that was just a nice transition back to the present. I just thought that looked cool.
So Myotismon makes Devimon put all the kids to sleep, and I was genuinely concerned because I actually thought maybe he was going to say, kill them or wipe them out because they're not needed, and I could believe that being a part of his plan because I don't know, everything seems to have been escalated now, and all the plans have been put together, and now they've got the thing they came here for, which was the 8th child, who happens to be Kari, by the way. I don't know if anybody didn't notice, but it's actually Kari who is the 8th Digiscussion child.
Oh no, everyone watching noticed. It's just pretty much every Digiscussion child doesn't know, except for Ty.
Even in this episode, people don't know. TK even says he's the last one to find out.
It's revealed twice more to new people. It's revealed so many times.
But yeah, Mimi's in the group of kids and gets knocked out, and then her crest uses the power of be not asleep, which has never been used before. There's a few things that are used in this episode that aren't used again. One of them is this power of the crests to not let you be asleep or something. But Mimi wakes up.
And it's Ty and Greymon that turn up.
Yeah, I can't
looking for the parents.
I can't even
or looking for Ty's parents.
Mm.
Which I think he just kind of forgets about and moves on to something else pretty quickly.
Well, it's Ty and Agumon first. And they see a group of Greymon, and they...
Group of Greymon?
Group of Bakumon, sorry. And was the evolution music slower for you?
I don't think it was.
Oh,
there was just a lot of evolutions. So it might have felt that way.
Greymon's, it sounded slower, and I don't know why. I don't know whether it was...
Maybe your brain was just running slower.
Probably. It's not running on 100% ever, but you know. And then Greymon just Nova blasts these Bakumon and kills them all, and I'm like, oh, okay, so there's no ums and ahs about whether they're going to kill the Digimon or not. They're just straight up murdering them now. Yeah,
the ghosts just... They're not burnt alive because they're dead.
Yeah, they're
burnt
dissolved.
Dead.
And then Ty says the joke, because anytime there's a ghost in any TV show, you have to say they don't stand a ghost of a chance.
This is the second time they've done it, I think.
Wasn't it in Pokemon?
It might have been, but I'm pretty certain they've used it in Digimon before.
Actually, no, it might be in the one with the Bakumon before. In the...
This could be the third time if we've forgotten the first one.
There may be 3 goes. I don't know. I'm scared.
I think this is the second time that they've used Ghost of a Chance.
But still,
that I'm aware of.
They
anyway.
didn't stand a ghost of a chance.
No, they didn't. And I think, Ty runs into Mimi, and Mimi explains that Kari was taken, I think. Or does Ty explain to Mimi that Kari was his child?
I think Kari, no.
So many names.
Ty, there's so many. Ty says to Mimi that Kari is the 8th child, and then it cuts to Izzy and Matt's dad, and they see Matt and Sora, and they're there talking, and then Izzy gets told then that Kari is the 8th child. And then it cuts to Joe and TK, who also get told there and then that Kari is the 8th child, and then Joe knows who Kari is, but TK doesn't know who Kari is, and he's like, "Oh, who's Kari?" and whatever, etc., etc. And then he's like, "Oh, why am I the last one to find out?" It's like, because I don't know. It's taken this long.
Because Ty didn't bother ringing anyone up when he found out.
Yeah, they thought they'd just leave it and stretch it out for a few more episodes. I'm sure it's been about 10 episodes since we found out.
It's maybe been 3 episodes since we found out.
Okay, mate. Well, since they found out. Since we found out.
Oh, no, we found out ages ago. We've known since episode 21.
Our patience has been worn so thin.
But Ty really should have given everyone this vital information as soon as he had it.
Just a phone call or, just a post-it note. I don't know. Snapchat them.
Send out some smoke signals, maybe. He's got the Digimon to do it.
But yeah, we see Matt's dad freaking out because of Garurumon and Garudamon. And there's a theory that Matt's dad's one of the original Digidestined, but he doesn't recognise Garurumon, which, if he had seen Gabumon and seen it evolve, well, not known that it evolved into Garurumon, but had a Digimon himself, he would have said, "Is that what Gabumon's turned into?" Because if he understands the concept of Digivolution, he would probably understand that Matt's riding on a wolf thing who has the same fur as Gabumon, so maybe it's that. So, for me, it kind of disproves the theory that Matt's dad is one of the originals.
Unless Matt's dad's Digimon never digivolved. But that's just too many...
Or maybe he had his memories erased or something.
He had his memories erased after he met up with Matt and Gabumon the first time. The TV station's messing with his mind. It's all in the media. Brainwashing him.
And then I've got M and S and TK and Joe meet up Kari reveal, and I don't know what this means.
Matt, Sora, TK, and Joe and Izzy all meet up outside the building because Joe and TK turn up with Wizardmon.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's when Myotismon flies over with Gatomon and Kari.
Oh yeah, because this is where Wizardmon's talking to them about giving her the crest. And first I saw Lilymon, and Lilymon is shorter than Sora.
Yeah, she gets...
She's so tiny.
Yeah, Lilymon's revived by Wizardmon. And then it's really weirdly dubbed to try and make it seem like Lilymon's attacking Wizardmon.
Oh yeah, she's got a little happy smile on her face and stuff.
She's like jumping out of the hand, she's like, "I'm alive," but she's trying to say things like, "Hiya, I'm going to kill you."
But yeah, I'm sure we've seen in episodes where Lilymon's holding on to Sora. I mean, Mimi. Jesus, there's so many kids in this thing. Mimi is holding on to Lilymon, and Lilymon looks about twice Mimi's size, but she's shorter than Sora, and it doesn't make sense because scaling is off.
No, I've no idea how big Garudamon was this time, but I don't think it was the same size as last time.
And then Myotismon is flying over the top with Gatomon, and he's like flying in front of him, holding Gatomon out, and it looks really weird. It looks really dumb.
He's trying to do Superman impression
whilst holding a cat. Yeah.
Because why not?
And then, God, I apologise. Sorry, not sorry.
And then there's lots of digivolving.
Yeah, lots.
So much digivolving in this episode.
And Gatomon is being shown kids, and she's like, "No, that's not the child. That's not the child."
Oh no, this is before that. That's before this point. At this point, he's already got Kari, and he basically holds up Gatomon to Kari and tries to get Gatomon
Oh yeah,
to
yeah. And
reveal
then
that Kari's
she's
definitely
like,
his
"Oh no,
child.
that's not the child." And then he threatens. He tortures Kari by getting Digimon to pull her hair, and I'm like, okay. Like, she's screaming that her hair's being pulled, and Gatomon's like, no, okay, no, don't do this to Kari. And it's like, okay,
It's because
she had her hair pulled.
It's because Gatomon was looking away at the time, and she just heard the scream.
I'm sure she was looking straight at her.
No, Gatomon was just refusing to look at Kari to try and get Myotismon to leave
she
her
had
alone.
her hair pulled, and that's what made them loose.
Yeah, that made her scream, and then Gatomon turned around quickly and was like, no, stop, because she thought that, I don't know, maybe Kari was having a leg cut off or something.
And yeah, we've got everyone apart from TK and Tai at Ultimate now, and it really bothers me how there's 5 Ultimate levels and there can't be 1 Ultimate level.
I think it just shows that Myotismon's finally using his power properly.
Maybe he has this ability which is just dissolve their attacks.
He seems to not redirect it, or just stop it in its tracks.
It's a weird ability that he has, and it doesn't really make sense other than him having a way to not be defeated.
If you think about it, he has also created all this fog everywhere. So maybe this fog gives him some sort of control over the area around him.
Maybe, yeah, I'd buy that.
Possibly. But I think it's really just impressive that he's finally making this display of just basically, your attacks are useless against me. Like every single attack, he just completely stops.
And then Tai turns up with a Digivice and throws it at Kari, and Kari's like, I've got it, and holds it up in the air. And what happens in any film ever when somebody's holding something up in the air, it gets taken out of their hand. Because that's what has to happen, because plot reasons. So then, not much happens after that.
What? It's like, is it at this point where Wizardmon attacks Myotismon in the back? Or is that before Kari gets the Digivice?
I think that's before when he gets blasted. And then now.
How does it end up with Kari getting a Digivice back? I can't remember what happens.
I don't remember, but all I know is in my notes I've got Whiz Go Bye Bye.
Oh, I know what happens. Wizardmon dies.
Whiz Go Bye Bye.
Yeah,
I couldn't write Mom because it took too long, so they were all like Mayo, and D-Devi, and Whiz Go Bye Bye.
Myotismon attacks Kari and Gatomon. Gatomon.
Gatomon.
Attacks Kari and the Gatomon.
With a grizzly wing. And
Wizardmon blocks a shot.
Wizardmon's hat gets in the way.
His cloak gets torn to shreds.
Yeah.
And without his cloak, he is nothing.
And as much as I don't believe that 5 Ultimates couldn't beat Myotismon, I also don't believe that one attack from Myotismon would kill Wizardmon.
He is only a champion level.
Yeah, but so is Angemon, who does
He killed Pumpkinmon in one shot, and Pumpkinmon's sort of a low-level ultimate, like a weak ultimate.
I don't know, it's power levels that in this thing are so off, and I think if they should have adjusted them slightly, like Pumpkinmon should have been a rookie, and Wizardmon should have been maybe a rookie, I don't know.
No, Wizardmon being humanoid sort of makes him a champion level. Okay. I can't really see a rookie level being incredibly humanoid, because that'd be a bit weird, because there'd be a child adult at that point.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. So after Wiz go bye-bye, well, before he goes bye-bye, he says to Kari, Gatomon, that without you my life would have no meaning. And I'm like, yeah, it would, because you're literally just a plot point. You don't have meaning anyway, apart from to serve her backstory. Oh no, the screen's gone into power save and you've lost all your notes. Oh dear.
It does that sometimes.
But yeah, like I said, I can't buy Wiz dying from that one hit, because do we get Angemon yet? We've got Angemon now, haven't we?
I think Angemon comes after this. Like, Angemon appears.
No, it's before this.
It might have digivolved at this point.
Yeah. Because
Angemon
Angemon
is the one that attacks Myotismon before he attacks Kari.
a good
It's all
amount
very
of damage.
confusing.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happens in a really short space of time.
There's just a lot of attacks between different Digimon.
Mm.
There's lots of stock footage.
So yeah, Wiz go bye. Cat turns into Angel because Tai gets the
It's matchy.
Digivice back and throws it to Kari and she gets it, and then Gatomon evolves into Angemon and uses this attack.
Angelwoman.
Sorry, Angelwoman. And she uses this attack, which is like she has a ring above her, and then everybody launches their attacks into the ring to power it up, which doesn't make sense because it's not like if you want to power somebody up with a bullet, you don't shoot the bullet at them, you give them the bullet. So don't use the attack, give them the energy of the attack. But
that's how they're giving the energy. They're firing the energy into this ring in the sky that she's collecting it all in.
It's weird, the idea of you just use your attack and it's energy that this thing can convert, because if they had a Digimon that could just turn attacks into energy, they wouldn't ever lose. I don't know. But yeah, so they have this everybody attack now in this one attack, and Pierce is Myotismon.
Give me your stock footage so I can use it to do
basically
Myotismon.
everybody give me your stock footage. That should be the title of this episode, if there is a title of this episode. We don't know. So yeah, they combine attacks and it's never going to get used again, because why would it ever get used again?
Myotismon just disintegrates, basically.
Yeah. And then, because they've defeated the boss, the castle needs to crumble around them, and for some reason, and I don't know why, the ball, the TV tower ball thing just comes loose and decides to fall.
Because there's been lots of heavy monsters fighting on it, maybe?
Not really. I don't know, but just for some reason the TV tower ball observation deck thing needs to fall down, and it does.
And the fog hangs around.
Yeah. And
they're like, so did we kill him?
I think Joe makes a comment that says something along the lines of, how do we know he's still not out there? Which is a really weird thing to say, considering you just see him
strike him down with the most powerful attack you've ever pulled off.
Cool. Any more notes?
At the end, when they all digivolve back down,
for
some reason, Agumon, Gabumon, and Gatomon are still at those levels, even though they should be in trainings and rookie in Gatomon's case. So they've just forgotten that that's the rules of de-digivolving.
Maybe they've just got stronger. Maybe.
Except in future they digivolve back down to in training again. I mean, even Gatomon de-digivolves back to Salamon next time she becomes Angelmon.
Plot.
Oh,
holes.
it's funny because she's called Plotmon in Japanese. And also, Hey Digimon had to turn up again.
Yeah. That
it's
kind of
worth
ruined
mentioning every time because it's so bad every time.
It just ruined it. It ruined the big tense moment.
They needed some sort of music that built up to the final attack, not just Hey Digimon, we are about to kill the guy. That was just disappointing.
Any more? I'm done, apart from a question.
I just want to say thank you, Myotismon, for being so nice and giving them those few moments to say goodbye and just standing there and watching.
Yeah, no, he could have just attacked. He could have, in fact, just have killed Gatomon on the way.
He should have killed Gatomon as soon as he knew that she was the 8th Digimon. That was the logical thing to do, but it doesn't work.
Instead, if you just stick the two together, then you can kill them both.
Kill either of them and it's good enough. But logic doesn't work, apparently.
Nope, because he has a plan and he's going to stick to it.
Nope. Okay, are we ready to do favourite things?
Yep, my favourite thing is Angemon, because he's a champion and he managed to actually do damage to an ultimate, which none of the ultimates seem to have been able to do.
I'm pretty certain it's canon that Angemon has the power of an ultimate level.
Yeah, okay, I'll buy that.
Because he does match with Angemon, who's an ultimate. And it's just written everywhere. And it's the same for Magna Angemon, who has the power of a mega level, supposedly.
So whatever Patamon's final form is going to be the most strongest one of them all.
Supposedly. Well, it's like one of the gods of the digital world in the 4th series. I just threw a chopstick at the microphone and it made a loud noise.
Well, oh yeah, there it is. There's this giant
There's a red spike on the screen.
Well, now everybody can hear that.
Hooray.
What was your favourite thing?
Mine was also Digimon, just because I like hearing him saying "Hayish."
Hayish.
It's just my favourite attack.
I just like how this tiny childlike being just turns into this fully grown man. This like 20-something-year-old man.
It's just like an orange guinea pig with wings. Becomes an angel.
It's great. It's good.
I still... Just having the alternative attack names for Patamon's attacks are the best. I mean, Boom Bubble is Pa! That's just the best attack. So, not quite as good as Haish, though. He says it exactly the same every time. It's amazing.
It's because it's the same bit of footage, no matter what.
There's so much. Okay, what are your overall thoughts of this episode?
It wasn't satisfying as an ending.
Yeah.
I still don't buy that all the Ultimates couldn't defeat one, even with a field and everything. Wizardmon's death. How do you feel about the death? How do you feel about it?
Well, I knew it was coming, so I didn't care.
Apart from that,
it's just... It's another case of you feel sad now. With characters that have been introduced just for the sake of this plot, and then to be killed off to try and make you feel sad.
I wasn't really bothered. I don't know who actually cared about this.
Not much. There isn't really much to care about in this episode. Especially if you know what's coming up in the next ones. Because you know that this isn't actually the end of this sort of arc.
I don't feel sorry for Kari because she basically put herself into danger for no reason. I think I feel sorry for maybe Matt because he was getting choked to death by Phantomon. Maybe. I feel sorry for...
Sora almost got killed by Sneemon as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing I forgot to say. I do like that Myotismon's minions at least tried to kill the Digidestined.
I feel sorry for Lilymon because she had to be... I don't know whether she was turned to stone or frozen or something, but she was not in a good way for a while.
Given a bug.
I care about these things more than I care about Wiz, because Wiz was not important.
Wizardmon has literally been killed off twice. They throw him into the lake once to kill him. And then it's like, oh no, Wizardmon's drowned.
And then he remembered he can fly.
Yeah, and then he came back up to the surface a couple of days later, completely unharmed. So that they can kill him off again and try and make you feel sad again. It's just a very cheap way to try and make you feel sad about the characters.
I just feel like the pacing in this arc's been really weird. They spent so many episodes looking for the child, well, looking for Kari, and then they find Kari and a couple of really amazing things happen, and then you see Myotismon's plan happen over like 2 episodes, and then the next episode he gets wiped out, and I'm like, maybe take a little less time looking for Kari and a few more episodes, showing us the things that he's done and how he's blocked off the island and himself looking, because we don't know what he's done really. Essentially, anytime we don't see him, he could just be stood on top of a building looking mysterious and edgy.
Basically, this episode is all of those multiple plot threads from the last ones coming to the exact same end, and that same end is just repeated a lot. So you get lots of Digivolutions, lots of stock footage, and then Myotismon dies, and that's the end of every plot thread. So it's a very meh conclusion to the...
and the way it ends as well, if you don't know what happens in the next couple of episodes, it's so unsatisfying for just them to end like, oh, the fog's gone. Does that mean we got rid of him? The end. It's a bit like...
So, like, well, what's next then?
It's so open-ended if you didn't know that there were some more episodes.
Yeah, it just sort of cuts it off and leaves it hanging for no reason.
Because they couldn't think of a good enough segue. Speaking of segues, do you want to talk about Pokemon?
Music number 3, I think it is.
Maybe 3.
I think it's 3.
Okay.
The numbers are wrong on this cheat sheet, and I always forget to change them.
Yeah, that's fine. Today we are looking at the episode called Pikachu's Goodbye.
I didn't do the Pokeball sound effect. I don't even know what it is.
It's level up. Wait, there, I've got a better one.
That's from a completely different thing.
I've got a better.
It might be Final Fantasy.
Got a better sound effect to play.
No, that's Guardians Crusade that I'm thinking
of. Everybody can hear.
Are we actually going to play something from your phone? Please stop.
There we go. That's the segue music.
The best segue music.
It was.
Into Pokemon.
Yeah. So yeah.
I suppose we're segueing out of Digimon.
Yeah. So get to what we're saying.
Okay,
goodbye.
it was Pikachu's goodbye. So, Ash's Pikachu befriends lots of other Pikachu. Ash tries to decide what's best for Pikachu and leaves him behind in Pikachu Paradise.
Just reading this, there's no like off the top of your head.
No, that's because I'm a professional.
Okay.
You interrupted me. I was mid-sentence.
Oh dear.
We'll have words after.
I'm going to get told off.
Okay, I'll start the sentence again then. Ash tries to decide what's best for Pikachu and leaves him behind in Pikachu Paradise, the nursing home of the Pokemon world. Cue lots of flashbacks in a feeble attempt to make us sad. Fortunately, Pikachu is the brains of the operation and doesn't let Ash leave him behind, cause Ash would die pretty quickly without Pikachu hanging around. As far as I'm concerned though, Ash can die in a hole, and I wouldn't care.
No comment.
So, I actually liked half of this episode, and then the second half was really dumb. But the first half of the episode opens with basically a lot of Pikachu.
Well, it starts off with this show's version of a desert, which is a forest. Because if they're never somewhere plot important, they're going to be in a forest.
And there's a flock of Pikachu.
Well,
it's definitely the right word.
No,
flock.
We need to cover something important first.
What's
so
important?
Ash makes a reference to that episode.
Oh.
Because Brock's cooking because that's what Brock does. Misty's sat there mistying. And then Ash is swinging on a vine saying Kangaskhan, and he references that episode, and it makes me so angry, and I got like war flashbacks to it. And then I
could flashback to any other episode. Like, you could pretend to ride a horse, and that'd be the Ponyta episode, and that would be okay. But he has to be swinging on a vine. It's almost a George of the Jungle reference.
Yeah, it doesn't
watch
make
out for that
sense
tree,
why it's there. There's just no need for this in the episode itself, but there it is.
I'm pretty certain Misty says the exact phrase, watch out for that tree, which is from George of the Jungle, but I don't think that had come out yet. So did they predict the future?
I doubt it. I really doubt it.
Is it just a coincidence? I guess it must be.
I think it's a coincidence.
But it's still cool that it's the exact words.
So then another Chew turns up.
So many Pikachu.
So many.
Well, they're all so adorable.
I have favourites.
There's actually differences between all these Pikachu.
Yeah, okay. So I like, out of the massive Pikachu, I like the one with the little snaggle tail. There's a couple of them, but one of them's got like a snaggle tail and little snaggle ears. And there's two which are really tiny that I play fighting. I love both of those.
Yeah, there's like a sort of baby one as well. And then there's also actually a fat Pikachu that you see in the background.
There is? Ah.
There's a really fat Pikachu, and that one's my favourite thing.
Keep talking. Episode. I have the episode on my phone.
Okay.
I need to find fat Pikachu.
Yeah, fat Pikachu shows up in the background for one shot when they're all lined up. And it is amazing. And yeah, Pikachu goes up to all of the other Pikachu and tries to befriend them, but they're all backing off because I guess Pikachu smells of human or something. And they eventually warm up to Pikachu as they realise that he's not going to attack them. And then Ash, being a clever child, runs right up to all of the Pikachu and scares them off.
I've got something for this. Ash runs in and ruins everything. He always runs in and ruins everything because that's all Ash does.
That's a very accurate observation.
He goes oh my god, there's a sleepy Pikachu as well. Is this the bit you're talking about?
I think it's somewhere around here. It might be a bit later because I swear they were all in a line. But there's definitely a scene where there's just a line of Pikachu behind Ash's one. And one of them is fat and looks really adorable.
Look at them all, they're so cute.
I know, Pikachu is... I know we say it a lot, but Pikachu is genuinely adorable. So just having tons and tons of them is even better. Oh. Anyway. And at this point, because Ash has run in and scared all the other Pikachu off, they just carry on walking for a while. And they are observed by one of the Pikachus. I think it's a tiny toddler Pikachu.
Yeah.
Which then falls into the river from a tree.
Yeah, and like, why does it fall into the river? For plot reasons, they need to have some sort of dramatic tension.
It slips on the branch, I guess because it's a young Pikachu and doesn't know how to walk yet, maybe. It can climb trees but can't balance. And it falls in, and Ash's Pikachu dives in after it as well, and doesn't actually help at all. It just gets swept away.
Puts itself in danger.
Yeah, it puts itself in danger and doesn't really help the tiny Pikachu much. And then the Pikachu conga line turns up and dangles from the tree to save everyone. And this means that Ash's Pikachu is accepted because he saved the Pikachu. Which is basically what Ash does most of the time.
Yeah, he just turns up and does a thing, and then they're like, yeah, okay, you win the badge, we'll do the thing.
Well, in this case, it's you're accepted into our society. And Pikachu's very happy about this, and we get this lovely scene of tons of Pikachu. And I'm saying Pikachu an awful lot, that's because there's a lot of Pikachu.
It's okay, it's going to be a weird word.
Pikachu, Pikachu.
Still can't find this.
It's definitely there, keep looking. I'll try and keep talking as long as I can while
Do you know
find
which scene it is?
I think it's in the second half of the episode. I think. It might be when they're all lined up behind him. At the end. I know that there's some point where there's a line-up.
I'll find it later.
But anyway. I did make the observation that with their amazing teamwork skills, it's no wonder they get used as power stations. Just put them all on a treadmill and they can keep running as a team. And that'll power every Poke Center in the world.
And then
there's just so much Pikachu that it all blurs into one.
Yeah, there's just lots of Pikachu, and Team Rocket also are there because it cuts to Team Rocket, and they're freaking out because there's so many Pikachu, and they think they're gonna win something amazing, or the boss thinks they're gonna be the best because they're gonna get some Pikachu, and it's like, okay, but they're not the best Pokemon in the world, but fine.
There's like one amazing Pikachu, and I guess they assume that every Pikachu must be amazing.
The Scrub Lords.
Oh, there's someone at the door.
Pause the recording.
Oh my god, we gotta pause it fast.
And we're back.
That was the pizza update.
Yes, we have pizza.
Oh, we will anyway.
We will have pizza.
In about 10 minutes. When we panic again. But anyway, we were talking about Pikachu.
Yeah, Team Rocket, and they're there, and they want to capture the Pikachu. And then it cuts to, I think it just cuts to Pikachu singing at night time.
It's so creepy.
That happens. Yeah, I don't like it.
They all face the same direction. And it's just really creepy.
And they're all just singing this awful song. It's really creepy and off-putting.
Do they sing the word Pikachu just a lot?
It's basically like Pikachu. It's just weird.
It's just unnerving.
So Ash's Pikachu is with them being all happy and everything, and Ash is eating food with Brock and Misty, moping because he's like, oh, because, and I just remembered the line because they're looking at it. Brock, out of nowhere, just says to Ash, I think it's best if Pikachu was here with his own kind. And it's like, that's so brutal. Just out of nowhere. Oh, your Pikachu would be so much happier here with all of its family. And
this is one of the reasons why I call it the nursing home of the Pokemon universe. It's just like when your Pokemon gets too old, you just leave it behind and decide this is where it should be.
We've got more Pokemon now. We've got loads of Tauros you can use. It's fine.
Yeah. you're pretty much useless now.
Mm.
You've gone well past your sell by date. You should just stay here with all the other old people / Pikachu.
So Ash decides that no, wait. Team Rocket have to have him first.
Yeah, Team Rocket gets a big net.
Yeah, they go and see. Well, they hear all the Pikachu screaming, and they go, and all the Pikachu are somehow in a net. And I'd love to see how Team Rocket managed to get all these Pikachu. They're all just there in one net, in one nice bundle.
Meowth is actually part sheepdog. That's the only explanation I can think of. Which would make all the Pikachu part sheep as well.
Okay, why not? But yeah, so they've all been kidnapped, and it's up to Ash and Co to save the day.
Which they don't. They don't do anything.
No, they're just there.
They are innocent bystanders.
This is more of a Pikachu episode than anything.
Ash isn't really there to do anything except mess up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Pikachu escape from the net using their adorable teeth.
Like I said I think I said it in the last episode, that Ash is basically a harbinger of death of danger, because yet again he's turned up, and if Ash hadn't turned up, Team Rocket wouldn't have seen the Pikachu, and then they would be safe. But no, Ash has appeared, and so Team Rocket must appear and do the bad things.
Until they get defeated as usual.
They get defeated, and then the day is saved and everybody's fine and happy.
And the Pikachu, well, the cluster of Pikachu like Ash's Pikachu even more now. Because he's just like, I don't know, the Jesus of Pikachu now at this point.
So, yeah, like when they all escape, Pikachu Pikachu. The main one, Ash's Pikachu electrocutes the Team Rocket balloon and it blasts off. And all the Pikachu are celebrating and throwing Pikachu in the air and stuff. And then Ash decides that he can just leave Pikachu here because that's the thing that he can do.
Pikachu will be happy here.
He spent months of his life travelling with Pikachu.
It's his first Pokemon.
The first time they see some other ones, he's like, he's going to leave. Doesn't say goodbye, he's just going to walk away. This will be really sad for me. You know how sad this is for me, people? It's a montage of all the things we've done together. Now feel sad. I'm like, ugh. So, did this make you feel sad?
No. It made me just angry at Ash, mostly.
You can go on a little rant now if you want.
Well, I don't care that much about Pikachu.
Okay.
Like, in comparison to the Butterfree episode, this is nothing just because I don't have the same investment in Pikachu. But even so, Ash is an idiot. We all know this. He should not leave behind his closest Pokemon. His best Pokemon by a great margin. It's just really stupid.
And then he gets really sad about it. And I'm like, this is definitely an example of emotional manipulation. They show you all the flashbacks to the things that they've done together, and they play the sad music, and it's like, you feel sad now. You feel sad because Pikachu's going to be left here. Oh, Ash is going along and being by himself, and it's like, well, no, why? And then at the end of it all, the worst bit that really bothers me is this is all filler. Nothing happens in this episode. Nothing is gained apart from you feel sad now.
I do feel slightly happy about the fact that we got to see lots and lots of adorable Pikachu.
Okay, that was a good thing. I like this episode for the Pikachu. Like you said, the first half's kind of nice, seeing them all huddle around and be really happy in this. They could have been lazy and just had lots of the same, because we have seen Pikachu before when they're like powering stations and stuff, and they've looked exactly the same. In this, they had some ones which have got like snaggle tails and shorter bits of ear. There's
the fat ones.
The fat one, which I haven't seen yet. I can't find it, but I will find it. I'm determined to find this picture of a fat Pikachu. I know we do see different Pikachus throughout the show. There is one, and I don't know if we're going to see it, but there's a Pikachu with blue eyes.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah.
It's a Nazi Pikachu.
It's so Sugoi.
But it's the second half of the episode where Ash just gets in his head that Pikachu should stay here.
And if Brock hadn't said
some reason.
What he had said, I don't think
Ash is just really easy to manipulate. He's so dumb.
Like, what's he gonna do? Like, imagine if he had added Pikachu to the list of all the Pokemon he would have got rid of. That means he would have said goodbye to maybe half of them now. He would have had Butterfree, Butterfree, Primate, Pikachu. Has anybody else gone yet?
No, I think it's just Butterfree and Primeape have officially gone. Some of them have gone back to the lab.
Okay, well, still would have been 3 of his Pokemon out of, let's say, the 7.
I think it's 9. He's had maybe 8 or 9. Which isn't that much. It's only just a full team.
But that's still, the first Pokemon he had from his journey, he tried to save his life and everything, and now he's like, oh, Pikachu's happy with this group of other people. It's like if you went to a dog park and there were some dogs there, and you're like, they look happy here. They can stay. I'm not going to say goodbye, I'll just walk away. And then the dog turns up and it's like, where are you going? And then he's like, goodbye, Pikachu, I'm going. It's best for you, I'll be happy here. And he's like, no, I really won't be. I want to stay with you because you're my person. And he's like, no, bye, running away. Such emotional manipulation.
It's not even executed well. It's just really dumb.
It is just another case of, you feel sad now. Do you feel sad? Good. This is the sad thing that's happening. Now for the next episode where we'll never talk about this emotional trauma and potential abandonment ever again.
I wish Butterfree had come back. Butterfree just decides, nah, I don't need this woman. I'm going back. Who cares about babies? I'm going to be with my human.
I wonder which Pokemon... I'm sure that there's some Pokemon that he gets rid of that come back.
Pikachu. Pikachu's the only example so far.
He said no to Pikachu though. He's like, no, go on. You'll be safe here, happy here. Don't worry about me and my feelings. I'm going to be sad.
Pikachu's my favourite character, I think. Just in the whole series.
I like Pikachu and Misty. I'd watch Pikachu and Misty going off and doing their own things.
Pikachu's just definitely the brains of the operation.
Brock is there to either oogle girls or cook food. Misty's there to be snarky at times and also be badass at times. And Ash is there just to be this idiot man-child who doesn't learn anything.
He is 10.
Yay, the power of friendship. The power of friendship.
The power of friendship.
So, yeah. Episode ends, walking off in the sunset, Pikachu looking behind them. Blah, blah, blah.
Bye-bye, lots of
Actually,
Pikachu.
no, it's a sunrise this time.
Oh.
Keep it different. Cool.
One thing I didn't mention is that during all of the flashbacks, the white border thing doesn't cover the whole screen.
Does it not?
No, on the left side of the screen, there's a bar that isn't covered by the white sort of effect that they've got on it. That might have just been on Netflix, but it was just really... it caught my eye, and I don't usually notice things like this. Just during the flashbacks, there's one strip on the left-hand side that isn't covered by the effect. Might be hard to see on a small screen, but nope, there it is. See how there's just a line of colour that's not covered?
Oh yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Wow.
They can't even put a border around the animation properly. So yeah, they messed that up.
I normally notice the animations. Actually, that's quite eagle-eyed of you because that's like maybe 1 pixel gap. That's quite good.
Oh, well, it's easy to notice on a big 1080p screen.
I'm sorry. I found out today that Stevie's computer screen / TV screen / gaming screen is huge compared to... Actually, no, it's yeah, I'd say it's a bit bigger than the one we have in the living room. And then you've got a tiny, pretty... I tried to do this at my house for my partner for their artwork, and I did it, and they didn't use it, and they took the other screen out. Because they just didn't use second screen. I was like, no, but it's a good thing you can use because they use references all the time. I was like, just have the references on one screen and then the drawing on the other. But no. So you've got a good setup. Yeah, back to Pokemon.
Favourite things?
I had 2 tiny Pikachu, the chubby Pikachu. Actually, no, I haven't seen that one yet. That's yours.
The chubby Pikachu's my favourite.
Yeah. I need to find this chubby Pikachu. But I think my favourite thing is the fact that there's diversity within the Pikachu groups. Like there are the small, tiny child ones, which aren't Pichu because they're not a thing yet. But there's like bigger Pikachu, there's ones that are a bit more war-torn. And I think that's really cool. They could have just had the exact same one. And I know in a few episodes' time, we see a group of the same sort of Pokemon, and they all look basically the same. So they didn't do so well in that one, but in this one, it's quite good. I like the
Yeah.
Pikachu. I would quite happily just lie on the floor and roll around with like 30 Pikachu. They look really warm.
Yeah, this one's much more like a family of Pikachu than it is the Pikachu Power Rangers that we've had in previous episodes.
But it was good. I liked it.
It was really good seeing all the interactions between them as well. Because this is how I think Pokemon conversation should be done. Like, not just both of us stationary saying the names. They actually interacted through actions and motion.
Like with connecting the towers and stuff.
Yeah. It was all physical communication more than just Pikachu, Bulbasaur. Which isn't entertaining.
Overall thoughts?
I'll have to scroll down. But I don't think they're going to be good. Overall thoughts. This episode is almost as bad as Bye Bye Butterfree. It could be worse, but I'm just not as invested in Pikachu, so it didn't hit me as hard.
Yeah, I feel like I really felt the emotional manipulation in this one. With Wizardmon, there's a bit of...
Save this for Mono.
Yeah, I could really feel the emotional manipulation with this one. It's a filler episode, and in this filler episode, they try and make you feel bad that Pikachu's staying, even though he wasn't asked if he wanted to stay. Ash never said, would you like to stay here? He doesn't say goodbye. He doesn't say, I think it'd be best if you stay here. He just leaves and feels sad about it, and we need to feel sad for Ash because of his decision. And I'm like, I'm not doing that.
It's not even Ash's decision to make in the first place.
No.
Which just makes me hate Ash more.
Because imagine if Ash left and Pikachu noticed Ash was gone and then went to the campsite and couldn't find him and then just never found him again. He spent his entire life searching.
That sounds like a pretty good spin-off series. Just the adventures of Pikachu.
That's one of the books. The Electric Tale of Pikachu. But that's not what the plot is.
Oh. I would watch that though.
I would. It would be nice to have seen maybe 2 or 3 episodes as a special where he's trying to catch up with Ash.
I think they should just get rid of Ash altogether and just have Pikachu.
Pikachu's Vacations and Pikachu's... Have you seen those?
I've not actually.
With the movies, there's always a short, and it's the length of maybe a 10-minute episode. And they're called things like Pikachu's Winter Vacation, Pikachu's Rescue, and it's only with the Pokemon.
Nice.
That's really good. There's the narrator narrates it a little bit, and they're quite good. There's one that's Pichu and Pikachu, and it's in a city, and there's 2 Pichu brothers, and there's Pikachu, and they go on this adventure. It's really cool. It's really fun. It's Pokemon without the trainers.
It's better than this episode with
just
Pikachu.
I like the concept of a herd, swarm, a gathering, a murder,
a family, I'd call it.
Family. Yeah, I'd say a family, yeah. A family of Pikachu.
Jinx touch wood.
It's nice to see a family of Pikachu and the concept of them living in this forest, and it was good. The only downside was Ash.
Yeah, Ash
being
ruined everything
in this episode. He always ruins everything.
Cut music number 4.
Now it's time for Mono A Mono A. We talk about the similarities and the differences in these episodes.
So, let's start with our monsters of the week.
I have not got a monster of the week.
Okay, well, I think you'll probably agree with mine, which is Ash.
No.
Because he destroys everything.
He does ruin the whole situation and does decide that we need to have an emotional thing happen. I'm going to say Otis one because no.
Because no.
No, I'm going to say Greymon, actually, because he wiped out an entire swarm of Bakemon with one attack.
Well, that's not that
and
difficult,
them.
since Tai can take down a Bakemon.
He murdered them all. Didn't even think about it. They didn't even stop to say, oh, we killed some Digimon, this is really bad. Nope, they were not bothered.
They're ghost data Digimon, I guess.
So, that doesn't mean they're going to come
They're
back.
already in the recycle bin.
Still, it's going to be Greymon.
Okay, and mine's still Ash. Because
he ruins everything.
I think at this point he's just always justified as being Monster of the Week. Which episode do you think had the best storyline?
I don't know.
That's exactly what I've got written down with the word before it.
The thing is, Pokemon's filler, but it's got Pikachu, which gives it points.
It doesn't give it storyline though. It just gives it lots of cute.
Okay.
And nice world
Digimon
building.
because it's the final bit of the Mate of Digimon arc. Also, we think so, and we finally get the conclusion of Gatomon and Karu being partners and Anju-Woman and stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna say Digimon for it.
Pokemon's was really contrived as usual.
Yeah, it had elements that I liked, but overall, it didn't make me feel emotions.
Yeah, it followed the usual pattern of introduce problem, have group, fix problem, except this time it was usually Pikachu that solved things. And then Ash made the problem, which was a change, and then Pikachu solved it again.
My theme this week is emotional manipulation, for obvious reasons of we feel sad for Wiz and Ash. Even though...
I felt sorrier for Pikachu. Because Pikachu was basically abandoned.
But in the show, we're supposed to feel sorry for Ash and the actions that
Are
he
we?
did. Yeah, I feel like we're supposed to feel sad because he's decided that that's the best thing for Pikachu. But I think I feel sad for Wizardmon more than Ash and Pikachu more than both of them because Pikachu had no say on what was going on.
Yeah, I probably feel sorry for Wizardmon because he basically got nothing out of this friendship with Gatomon.
Even though he's a plot point, he still was there for a few episodes.
Yeah, he was there for a while. But Gatomon literally forgot how they met.
And had to be told.
He's in like this awful friendship with Gatomon where he'll basically die for her and she'll forget how they met in the first place. Gatomon's the worst friend.
Oh, door. Pause it.
I'm gonna pause it. And we're resuming.
And we're back.
Yeah, and my train of thought just got left
We
behind.
had a pizza break. Pizza happened and it was good.
Yeah, I think we were talking about Wizardmon and how dumb it is that they killed him off and expected us to feel sad about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of emotional manipulation. That's what we're talking about. We just watched the bit with Ash and the montage of saying goodbye to Pikachu with their own music and everything. It's got its own song, and it's really weird. Like we have about 3 minutes of just sad music and reminiscing for nothing.
And then at the end of it, Ash says, "This is for the best, I guess." He's not even certain about getting rid of Pikachu.
Which is stupid because it's his decision.
Mm.
Even though it's not his choice. Well, it's not his decision to make.
Ash is like the parent that tries to decide what's best for his kids.
Mm.
And you just don't like those parents.
Any similarities?
I shouldn't make noises like that, should
No,
I?
you shouldn't. Look at that. It's got those little spikes there.
Oh, those little spikes. So nice. Okay. There were climbing monsters where Garurumon straight up sprinted up a building, which was very impressive and also probably impossible.
Yeah, he didn't like stick his claws in or anything. He just ran up it.
It was very cool though.
Yeah, it was cool.
And also just Pikachu were constantly climbing trees and things. So, climbing monsters, that's the similarity I spotted. And both of the episodes had really lazy animation and lots of stock footage and looped things going on.
Like they reused the evolution sequences and they also reused like 3 minutes of bits from old episodes in Pokemon.
Yeah, in Digimon there's all the Digivolutions, all the attacks. Those are all stock footage. And in Pokemon, whenever there's lots of Pikachu doing things in sequence, they just loop the same thing. Like, you'll have a Pikachu jumping out the net and the next one, and it'll loop that for a while. Or you'll have
I
Pikachu
noticed
landing.
when Pikachu was jumping off the branch to go to the other one, it was the spiky tail Pikachu with the short ears. And that jumped, and then it was literally a loop of the same animation, even though they had the other Pikachu there, and it was the same type of Pikachu that linked on. That's laziness.
Yeah, there's lots of looping. The animation in both of these episodes was just really mediocre at best. There wasn't anything very impressive about either of them.
Speaking of which one did you enjoy the most?
I'm not sure if you'll agree with me here,
Um,
but I'm actually going to say Pokemon.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with the payoff of the whole Mayura's one and Kari and everything. It wasn't that good. I liked Pikachu a lot, even though it was filler. I did enjoy seeing Pikachu and just seeing all of them in their natural habitat. It was nice. It was fun.
Yeah, the first half of Pokemon was really enjoyable. The second half is just awful, but the first half does make it worth watching, just because it's so adorable.
And then with Digimon, it was okay.
Yeah, it's just mediocre throughout.
It ends really abruptly, and like it doesn't feel like the end of a battle. It's just like, oh well, I guess this is the end. Then
yeah, it's a bit of an anticlimax.
Yeah, that's the one.
Pokemon's still dragged down by the fact that Ash was really dumb.
Yeah.
But it's kind of always dragged down by the fact that Ash is really dumb. At least there was some really fun parts in Pokemon.
I really don't like how he just ran away thinking that, oh, this is what's best for my friend, even though I haven't asked them if that's what they want. Because if he had asked Pikachu, Pikachu would have just said, no, I want to stay with you. It's nice to hang out with some of my own kind for a while, but I'm going to go back and go on these adventures with you. But no.
Yeah. They're in a relationship. They should discuss these things. If I had a romantic partner, I wouldn't decide what was best for them.
It's not even that. It's about friends. Like, they're friends. And then you don't really have a right to say what's best for your friend. If your friend is the one who should be making these choices.
Yeah. Ash shouldn't really try and cut Pikachu out of his life without asking Pikachu
He just wants
first.
to get rid of them. Like, he's already got rid of 2 of them, and now he wants to get rid of more.
It seems to be a trend where episodes with the word "bye" in the title tend to be quite just really exploitative of emotions. Or at least they try to be.
But it's like the Butterfree episode as well. It's essentially the same as the Butterfree episode. I have one of these things. There's a lot of those things. I'm going to put my thing with those things and then leave. But this time Pikachu was like, nah, I'm the mascot. I can't go anywhere.
Then why... I guess they had to have this episode at some point because Ash is going to eventually get rid of all of his Pokemon.
Probably.
Apart from Pikachu. So I guess since Pikachu's come back, that's made him a staple in the team. So basically, I guess they got rid of him so that he could come back and be stuck forever.
I suppose that makes sense. Also, I feel like it's just a joke that, like, no, he can go now, he can go, but he won't go because he's the mascot and he will never get rid of Pikachu.
Pikachu's goodbye. Pikachu doesn't even say goodbye at any point.
No, they just leave. Well, he just leaves. He leaves Pikachu, so it should be Ash's tantrum. Ash just walks out.
It should just be called Ash's mistake. So, I guess that even though we've kind of just completely destroyed the episode of Pokemon, we still enjoyed more of it than Digimon, I guess.
It made me feel more.
Yeah, more positive points to Pokemon than there were for Digimon.
If you had to ask me which one of these two I'd watch again, I'd probably watch the Pokemon one for the Pikachu.
Yeah, you can watch the first half of it and enjoy that, and then just stop watching when Ash starts thinking about getting rid of Pikachu. And you'll have a good time with it. But anyway, that makes it 1918 to Pokemon.
Cool.
So it's in the lead again. And Digimon has still never been in the lead.
No. Well, they were for one, weren't they?
I'm pretty certain they've not been in the lead.
Oh.
I think they've caught up before. But they've never been ahead of Pokemon.
Well, they could still win it back before the end of the season.
Still plenty of time.
Yeah.
And cut music number 5. Going down to the outroductions now, as soon as my mouse decides to scroll properly. Join us again next time, where we'll be watching episode 38.
The Battling Eevee Brothers and Prophecy.
You can listen to more of us on SoundCloud, iTunes or Stitcher, where we like getting reviews and comments.
Yawn. And you can message us via our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, with the World Thread, and email, which are all linked in the show notes eventually, whenever you get around to doing them.
Well, probably as soon as I upload this, I'll try and do it.
Fine, that'll do.
It's going to be really hard, though, because I usually use the cut music in between to find the segments. But now it's just going to be all one mess. And you can also support me on Patreon if you'd like to do that. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Even $1 a month would be fantastic. And you can get little bonus things. And you'll want to do that before next month starts if you want to start getting those in November. So, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this shambles of an episode.
Yeah, thank you. This is basically what a recording is like, and we have got a lot to do this weekend, so we didn't want to spend time pre-recording them again, because that takes a lot of effort, and I don't want to do that. So we'll do this thing instead, and it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it has been fun.
It's been cool.
I hope you've enjoyed this thing.
So, yeah, thank you, and bye. I'm going to go play a PlayStation VR.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Yep, bye.
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 Butterfree.
Butterfree.
Almost Pikachu.
Butterfree.
And now I press stop.